Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You just tuned into Radio Retrofuture.
Yeah.
Hey, SB, what are you doing here?
I found the rotor blades.
Ah, great! The final part for my ice cube machine.
I had to dissect the lawnmower this time. I don't know if I can keep doing this.
Oh, just go out and make yourself useful.
I want to go out in the wasteland and find meaning in my existence.
You have meaning, you make absence. Most importantly for me,
That is probably the worst aspect about my existence.
you think that is bad? I mean, I know a robot named Fisto. You know what he does his entire life?
Does Fisto enjoy what it is doing?
I assume. Still, his entire life's purpose is to fist human orifices, while yours is to execute the fine art of the absence ritual. Speaking of which, how's the first batch coming?
I don't think you understand what I was implying.
And don't forget the ice cubes. Chop chop. Robots. Here's our next song on Radio Retrofuture. So I guess I should tell you what my last night in New Vegas was like. Okay. So I was sitting on this table right across a couple of patrons in the Atomic Wrangler. I was a bit drunk, and I left my bottle of absinthe on the counter. So I sat there, and all of a sudden, from out the corner of my eye, I saw a mechanical hand reaching for my bottle. I sprang up, got my chair, and beat that wanker over the head with it. So that raider fell to the ground, blood gushed all over the place, and I honestly had to apologize to him because, well, you know, he didn't do nothing. And looked at robots in the whatever passes for an eye, and I said, "Give me back my bottle." And he replied with something like, "Finders keepers, you F-faced bastard." We didn't actually say F-faced. And then I hit him in his fuck face, and then I realized he wasn't as fleshy as I was, and it really hurt, and he lifted his hands, and now quite frankly, I expected he wanted to fist me. And I was like, oh, not again. And it's a long story. I don't want to sound racist or anything, but all robots look alike to me. Anyway, I thought he wanted to bend me over, and I kind of panicked, and I may have drawn a gun, and, well, I might have been arrested for manslaughter that night. Kind of think of it, maybe I shouldn't have been telling you this. Yeah, maybe I should just play some music for you, which will help you forget that shameful night. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabaret is on for now. Round settle down. You in there, shut your gap. Your favorite hostess and now.
Merci, mes amis, merci. Thank you for your warm welcome. But we are not here to talk about me. Look around you. My beautiful establishment is destroyed. The night was young when they sat down. The cards dealt quick and fast. Cigars were smoked and drinks were down. But something was wrong with those two. They claimed they were cheated and started a rout and turned the table over. Then guns were drawn and knives came out. My bar was completely destroyed.
I never met a fellow like Glenn.
Everybody sing along now. I told you to sing.
I tell you once again, I more can I say? Despite that, he's not very bright. His money was mine before he started to play. That could be what made him so mad. One look from his friends and he was on board. He stood and flipped over the table. Took down 7 men, didn't say a word, just lumbered out into the night. Mes amis, I am bereft. I have given my everything to my cabaret, and to see it destroyed in one fell swoop, why, it's almost too much to bear. As you can see, my fine establishment has been destroyed. Ruined. I beg of you, do this for me. You will be rewarded. Unless they're dead, I want to do that part myself. I tell you once, I mean it. I'm not those fools brought in. They took on a lot when they tangled with me. They've gotten down under my skin. I tell you once, I mean it. Those bastards can't get far. The rules are the rules, and everyone knows. Steampunk's allowed in my
So, people have asked me why I left the promised land of New Vegas. Can't tell you what I was doing there to begin with, quite frankly. I was just wasting away, working for a pre-war DJ who called himself Mr. New Vegas. He was not a ghoul or anything, just one of those technological keepsakes from before the war, if you catch my drift. Whole damn place was basically run by machines. Not that the desert surrounding the place is any better, it's overrun with drug fiends, cannibals and who knows what else. Not to mention the major factions that were fighting over that place when I left. Mojave, mo problems, am I right? Anyway, I needed a hit once in a while, so I got this old bottle of absinthe. Best damn stuff I ever tasted. But unfortunately I reached the bottom of the bottle too damn quickly. And it's hard stuff to come by. But there was this one place in the city where I could buy some. There used to be this place in Freeside, just outside of the walls of New Vegas, called the Atomic Wrangler. Take your eyes off your wallet and it's gone. Very poor quality, but it has wormwood in it. And I will do anything to keep chasing that green fairy. And don't believe any of those cowboy stories of hallucinations and other kinds of ailments. They are all fabrications as old as the 19th century. I wouldn't be surprised if the Brotherhood of Steel was still spreading such tales. It's the beverage of choice by great thinkers and artists alike, after all.
Mon Dieu, absinthe sacre bleu. Merde, mon Dieu, absinthe sacre bleu. Merde, mon Dieu, absinthe sacre bleu. Merde, mon Dieu, louder, absinthe sacre bleu. Diamond dogs, lecherous men. Crime rate spiral up without controls. There are physical ills and social blights. They rock us to the bottom of our souls. Now there is a cause, and we all know, is soaking into image-ridden brains. Psychotic visions with bursts of light. We've got to know, I ask you, who's to blame? What is this curse that is so foul, causing minds to wither and decay? Over there, she looks so pretty. She's innocent. Yes, that evil, vicious bitch, that little green fay. Merde, mon Dieu, absinthe sacre bleu. Louder, merde, mon Dieu, absinthe sacre bleu. Get angry, merde, mon Dieu, absinthe sacre bleu. What? Merde, mon Dieu, absinthe sacre bleu. Luminaries of the day inside the Moulin Rouge, dripping water sugar cubes looking for the luge. Brilliant men, their minds obsessed with creative thought. Here are the names and now you see that absinthe not for naught. Un moment, mes amis, this is very, very serious here. The names: Oscar Wilde, Van Gogh, Manet, Edgar Allan Poe. Arthur Rimbaud, Hemingway, Bohemia is on display. Jules Verne, Lautrec, Toulouse. Picture that, no thoughts obtuse. Paul Gauguin and Girl Degas, artists painting near and far. They had style, no disgrace, creative minds all in their place. Pablo Charles n'est pas tu, Eric Satie, nous sommes un bout. Gentlemen with wormwood minds, so brilliant in their thought designs. What shall we do? Fade out, no road, let's go for drinks. Absinthe is vogue. Mon Dieu, absinthe sacre bleu. Merde, mon Dieu, absinthe sacre bleu. Merde, mon Dieu, absinthe sacre bleu. Merde, mon Dieu, absinthe sacre bleu.
Radio Retrofuture has been made possible by the Groene Vee absinthe. Some of the best artisanal absinthe from the Netherlands. You can find their selections of homemade absinthe, both white and green, on degroenevee.nl/en or click the link down in the description.
I was going over the Calgary Mountains. I met Colonel Pepper and his money he was counting. I rattled my pistols and I drew for me saber, saying, "Stand and deliver, for I am the bold deceiver." Mush-rum-a-dee, rum-a-doo, rum-a-da. Wake for my daddy-o, wake for my daddy-o. There's whiskey in the Jaja. Shining golden coins, they look so bright and jolly. I took them with me home, and I gave them all to Molly. She promised that she would, that she never would deceive me. But the devil's in that woman, and she never can be easy. Mush-rum-a-dee, rum-a-doo, rum-a-da. Wake for my daddy-o, wake for my daddy-o. There's whiskey in the Jaja. Between 6 and 7, the guards were all around me, in numbers odd and even. I rattled my pistols, but at least I was mistaken. For Molly, I'd drawn my pistols, and a prisoner I was taken. Much rum-a-dee, rum-a-doo, rum-a-die. Wait for my daddy-o, wait for my daddy-o. That's whiskey in the ja-ja.
So after I defended my bottle during a prolonged gun battle around the Atomic Wrangler, that wasn't my fault. I got arrested by the NCR and was brought to Camp McCarran because they believed I was a Caesar's Legion spy. But I comforted myself with the idea that at least there would be no robot after my absence in that place, or so I thought. Because in the very cell they threw me in, that robot was being held. I can't stress enough that after a day with that thing, facing an execution squad seemed pretty appealing.
Responsibility is nothing you can run from. It means you have to think about anything you do. It will cost everything of your own sweet comfort and us. It means that everyone's responsible for all. Go away, need you not. All alone, better off. Why should I keep for you? You don't care either what I do. Something that is ugly, you should turn on the spot and have a closer look. Maybe you missed the sign on which your name is written, and you will see that you're the one to change the world. Go away, need you not. All alone, better off. Why should I keep for you? You don't care either what I do. This is your song, not my groove. If I won't try, why should I be the first to make a move?
I love old vehicles. Just to say, I saw the husk of an old highwayman that a drifter was using as a toilet. Anyway, my mind started to wonder what it would be like to see it in mint condition. You know, drive it across the I-93 from the center of Boston to Quincy in a matter of minutes. But, Balthazar, I hear you say, don't you remember what our ancestors did? How their arrogance destroyed the world? Well, I rather think of a past in which we were so wise not to let it come to this. We would not have abused science and technology for greed and destruction, but achieved true happiness. I'm well aware of the sins of our ancestors. Does it make it wrong to imagine a history in which we made better choices? Looking to accessorize? Check out steamywonders.de for steampunk-inspired jewelry, gadgets, and other handmade items.
Well, I do declare, and so I swear, that life for me's been a big old bear, so I've had to fight for all I got. And just because I'm old money, I tell you, sweet my chickadee, my life's philosophy is hard to trot.
Oh yes, he's hot. What he's got. Oh yes, he's hot. What he's got. Oh yes, he's hot. What he's got. Oh yes, he's hot. What he's got.
Too bad he's a low-down cheater.
There's nothing fair about being mad. You might think I've time to spare, but women rides and soirees keep me taut. And just because my belly's large, that does not mean I've never starved. An arduous lifetime is what I've got.
Oh yes, he's hot. What he's got. Oh yes, he's hot. What he's got. Oh yes, he's hot. What he's got. Oh yes, he's hot. What he's got.
Well, yes, his belly is
The
huge.
way you town folks whine is such a crime. Just pull yourselves up from the grime and put some brains up in that vacant lot. Just learn from me and soon you'll see. I'll tell you all my chickadees that life's philosophy is hard to trot.
Oh yes, he's hot. What he's got. Oh yes, he's hot. What he's got. Oh yes, he's hot. What he's got. Oh yes, he's hot. What he's got.
You bloated, pompous cat.
You say apothecary's near the town and you're all sick and feeling down, and word is spread that he has what you've not. He has a specialty of Jubilee, and if I bring him, would you agree that Lord Mayor's entitled to all you got?
Oh yes, he's hot. What you got. 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 You David Lion sack.
Okay. Help me down, please. Help me down, please. Thank you kindly. Thank you very much. Watch the shoe. So, my chickadee, where you headed from here?
Speaking of past mistakes, just the other day I saw another group of super mutants in the city of Boston. Fortunately enough for me, a Brotherhood of Steel vertibird flew over and then dropped off some of those Brotherhood knights. Guess those hooligans have some purpose after all. Rumor has it they're offering protection to local farmers. Well, do what you gotta do when they come to you offering their protection. But if you have to choose between 9-foot green giants or 9-foot metal ones, I'm not sure that's even a choice. Be careful, dear listeners. Heed my word, you can't trust the Brotherhood.
Firstly, the need to contrive such a brute beast arose at the sounding of war horns. In this, a future rife with folly and drinking of port-eyed death. Born from the victims who perished most tragic by way of splinter, gas, or shell. Reconstituted by science so terrible and put to dread work. And lo, this transient what came from such space, unexpected by unnatural means. Would it be him, or would he stifle prize. His hope could surely win. With the powers of East and West, locked in a bloody stalemate.
The conflagration, the likes of which had not been seen in any event preceding that date, owed its very existence to the Uber Soldat, a machine far removed from our Lord's good graces. It was an aberration of flesh and steel, a brutish titan. You can see its grim war trophies hung upon it with barbed wire, its eyes black portals. And I shudder to think of that monstrous gun.
Firstly, a man, then transformed to a brute beast, responding to Kaiser and country. A machine, an aberration, brought for the purpose of war. Born from the victims who perished most tragic, by way of splitter, gas or shell. Reconstituted by science so terrible, a juggernaut of its day. I shall put it down with its embellishments, embellishments of iron so long. So long.
Where was I? Oh yes, McCarran. I got locked up with the very robot that got me into that place. And I'll tell ya, his swearing and cursing nearly drove me insane. And the constant bitching on how he once shut up a casino because he wasn't allowed to play. Are you friggin' kidding me? Who would want to service a robot like that? I told him. Of course he took that out of context and went on another tirade how he was human as I am because he could feel and remember those feelings like any human could. So it was therefore a human's fault because those feelings existed within him. And that we as a species should therefore take responsibility. Give me a break. But when he ended his rant, his joint clacked into place as he straightened his posture, rose his hand and proclaimed, "I think, therefore I exist." In a robot-y kind of way. And if you don't like that, prove to me you exist. And then he fell over while oil started leaking from his lower torso. Yeah, I think the soldiers removed him from my cell after that out of sheer embarrassment. And good riddance too. Thank God I never have to listen to that cretin again.
Rev, click, D, right, plus, steam, circuits, whirring, revving, clinking, ticking, right, pulsing, steaming, circuits, whirring.
Your device, your steamy vices strike me as crime. The beat to generate that persistent guardian pulsating metal gears, chain links linking, ratchets riveting, circling your sexy circuits, trying to catch my bearings. But I'm just a simple machine, a basic product of lovers and boys, trying to analyze your lyrics, charming and be like me. It's my secret hard work, and I need to catch my bearings. Sucked in your downward pull, your propellers hold me in this current situation and fish out in your sails. Windmills got me up and down, right, left, round and round, bolts, nails, screws and wedges. Need to grasp your firm edges. Your steamy voices struck me as close. Generate that persistent grinding, pulsating metal gears, chains moving, ratchets riveting, circling your sexy circuits, trying to catch my bearings. But I'm just a simple machine, a basic product of lovers and boys, trying to analyze your lyrics, charming and being like me. It's my secret hard work. I'm working on this to get out of my way. No one has to get hard. Blast off into oblivion, but I'm just a simple machine, a basic product of lovers and boys, trying to analyze your lyrics, charming like me. It's my secret hard work, but I'm just a simple machine, a basic product of ours, trying to analyze your lyrics, charming like me. It's my secret hard work.
I think of the future, but what do I see? A world of degradation, no time for you and me. All the things we love and the things we did, a walk in the park, a time we never hid. Oh, the times we had, oh, the times we had, oh, the times we had, oh, the time, yeah, yeah, yeah. We used to laugh, we used to sing. My thoughts of you were the only thing now. The time has come to turn and times we had. Oh, the times we had. Oh, the time. To laugh, we used to sing. My thoughts of you were the only thing. Now the time has come to turn and die. Don't worry now, please don't cry. Oh, the times we had. Oh, the times we had. Oh, the times we had. Oh, the time.
Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the second episode of Radio Retrofuture for Fallout. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and of course let us know what you think of the story thus far. If you enjoy what we do on this YouTube channel, you can go to our Patreon and support us for $1 a month. If we get enough support, it will allow us to make more similar content like this, maybe content that's more focused on steampunk as well. But of course, we are happy you just watch your content to begin with. So to you wonderful people, a happy new year. I hope it will bring plenty of new and creative opportunities your way. And as always, make it your way.